Welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be making this beautiful lunch bag. This is what we'll be making in today's video. Thank you for stopping by. If you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe, click the notification bell so that you will get notified whenever I upload a new video. Subscribe, click on that button, that subscription button. Welcome to Bagmaking Alice Case YouTube channel. These are the measurements you'll be needing for the bag. These are the measurements. Go through it to cut your own. This is the main body, which is 29 by 9. With the lining, you will need the lining, the same measurement with the main body. You will also need the side piece. The side piece is 6.5 by 11.5. 6.5 by 11.5 is to need 2 pieces. Then the bottom piece is 9 by 7. It's 9 by 7. You need 1 piece. You need 1 piece for the bottom piece, 9 by 7. Then you will need the foam. You need the foam for the bottom. You need 2 foam for the side. That is for the side. That is for the bottom and the main body. Yeah, this is for the bottom and the main body. You need foam. The same thing. Make sure that your foam is 1 inch lesser than the material, the widening and the height. Then you need your cartoon character. You shape it as you like. Just give it a curve. You need your cartoon character. You need your marco for the top handle. Then your top handle leather, you will need it. Is 8 by, it should be 8, yes, 8 by 4. It's 8 by 4. The top handle, this marco, the same thing. You need your bias to tape. You need your bias to tape it. So that is all you'll be needing to do the work. Then you also need your zip head. Sorry, that is not all. You will need your zip head. You need 2 zip head. You need to adjust. You can use plastic, but I'm using plastic and iron. You need to adjust. Yeah, you will need your cord if you like to put cord. If you don't want to put cord, there's no need. So now let's start. Let's dive right into the video. Now you will notch the center of the main piece, which is 29 by 9.5. 29 by 9.5. So you will notch the center. Then you will use a pattern paper. Your pattern paper is 6 by 7. You will cut a paper which is 6 by 7. Give it a curve. You can give it any curve you like. You can give it a round curve, a circle curve, any curve you like. Just give it. Then use the pattern paper to draw. Use it to draw it center to center. Use it to draw your curve and make sure that it's center to center. It's 6 by 7. That is the measurement of this pattern paper. So you will use it to draw in your cover there. So after drawing it, you will cut it. You will cut it off. This is our cover. This one that we are cutting off is our cover. This is where we are going to be fixing our zipper. We are going to be fixing our cord. We will fix our lining on it. So you will cut it off and then you will start working on it. So if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Like this video. Please share this video. Don't download this video for any commercial purpose. Just share it. If you do that, that is not good. Please don't do it. We go a long way to make this video, to the stress and everything, just for people to learn. Please don't go and use it. Don't download it for any class, your personal class. Just watch it, and anytime you need to watch, you don't understand, it will always be here on YouTube. So you watch it. So now you sew the top handle. The top handle, which is 4 inches by 8, we have sewn it. Then you fix in your marco. After fixing in your marco, then you sew it. So I'm sewing it now. You sew it on top. You sew it like this way. Keep sewing it. After you have sewn, you sew it on this side. You cross it. Make sure you back stitch it and you sew on the other side. So that is what the first thing you will do. The first thing you do is to work on the handle on the cover. Tap the handle. Then the next thing is to fix the lining. After you have fixed the handle, fix the lining to it. The lining and the foam. Put in your foam, put in your lining. Just sew it round. Sew it. Before you finish sewing it, make sure you put in your foam. Can you see? Put it the same way I put it to give it that fine shape. So you sew it round and round, and that is how to sew it. So after you have finished sewing it, the next thing to now do now is to put in your cord. After you have finished, make sure you trim off the excess lining. After you have trimmed it off, then you now fix in your cord. Look at it, the way I'm trimming. If it's too big, you trim it off. Can you see it? So now is to put in your cord. Put your cord round. Start from the back. Notch it, notch the back, notch the front, and start from the back. Any side, you can use any side as the back. So you start from the back, you start sewing it. You sew it round and round. Keep sewing it until you are done sewing it. So can you see the way I'm doing it? Can you see it? Yes, that is how to do it. Keep sewing it until you are done. So I'm done sewing it. The next thing to do now is to put the zipper and the stopper and measure the leather 7 inches long. And as a stopper, I actually cut 2 pieces of the leather. I don't want to use lining to cover it. I want to use the leather on both sides, both the outside and the inside. So you see the way I'm doing it now. I put the zipper in between the two leather, then I sew it. Yes, I sew it like that. I will also sew it on the join it on the other side to form a cycle. I will join it on the other side to form a cycle. Yes, can you see it? Then the next thing is you join it on the other side too. Can you see? And you sew just the same way you see me sew. You sew it like that way. After you have finished sewing it, then it will be like a circle. Can you see it? Yes, it's like this. So after you have finished sewing it, the next thing to do is to notch it and fix it on the cover, which I'm doing now. I'm fixing it on the cover. I've notched it. You notch it center to center. You fix it on the cover, which I'm done sewing. I'm done sewing it. The next thing is to tape it round with your bias. Use your bias to tape it round. I'm done putting bias. Just tape it round with your bias. Can you see the cover now? It's already coming out beautiful. So this is the cover of it. So the next thing to do is to now sew our lining on the main piece, on the main leather. Is to sew our lining on it just the same way you see me do it. Put your lining on it. Where the major place you are going to be sewing is that place that you will put your cover, where you cut off your cover. You will sew it round. You will sew it round like that. So after you sew it, then you cut off that lining at the center. After you finish sewing it, you will cut it off. Can you see the way I'm doing it? Yes, after you have done sewing it, you cut it off. So when you cut it off, then it is time to now fix in your cover. It is time to fix in your cover. So but now you discover that that place is now bigger than the cover. The cover is smaller than that place now. So you are going to now measure the cover round to get the round measurement. After you get the round measurement, the round measurement is 23.5 of the cover. So when you measure the main body round, when you measure it, it will be bigger. This one actually, when I measure it right, it was 26.5. So I have to sew it. See where I'm showing you now. Yeah, I cut it. I sew it off from there. I sew it off on both sides. I remove 1.5 inches on both sides so that it will come back to that 23.5, which the cover is the measurement of the cover. So every time you cut it off and sew it, it will always be bigger. The cover will not be smaller than that way. So you sew it off on both sides. Those sides that I sew it off, you sew it. Yeah, make sure that you notch the center. After you have sewn it and they are equal, notch center to center and then fix them together. Can you see the way I'm doing it? Yes, that is how you should do it. So after you have sewn it, you now notch it and then you fix them together. Can you see it now? Yes, notch it, then you sew. So make sure that you open up the zipper. You can open it up. If you open it up, it will be easy for you. Can you see what I'm doing? I've notched the center to center notch and will sew them together. After you have bring them together like that, you sew it round. You sew it round. Can you see it? So if you have watched to this point and you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Subscribe now. Click the notification bell. Click the subscription button. If you click the notification bell, you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. We have so much to teach on this channel. We are going to be teaching different type of lunchbox, different types of school bag, different type of souvenir bag. So please subscribe so that you will be learning and you'll be getting notification whenever we upload a new video. So can you see the way I'm doing it now? You will sew it round and round, and after you have sewn it round, then when you are done sewing it, the next thing to now do is to do what? Is to now take your bias again. You take your bias and use your bias to tape it round just the same way you sew it. That's how you will tape it round. I'm done sewing it. Can you see now? The edge is rough. We use bias to tape it. So I'm just trying to close it up. Let me see whether I do it well. Yes, look at it. Oh, it's already coming out beautiful. It's coming out beautiful. So after I open it, they have taped it. I will tape it round. I use my bias to tape it. I don't want the edge to be round, the inside to be neat. So I've taped it round. So after I tape it, then the next thing to do is to tape my cartoon character with bias belt or with normal belt. I'm using normal belt now. You can actually use bias. You can use bias. So you tape your cartoon character round. Can you see the way I'm doing it? You tape it round, and then after you are done sewing it, you have done taping it round, you notch it. You notch the main body of the material. You notch the center of the material. I mean, you notch the center of the cartoon, just the same way you see me do now. Then you bring them together and you sew. Can you see the way I'm sewing it? You sew it together. Keep sewing it like that. You keep sewing it. You keep sewing it like that until you are done sewing it. You sew it that way. You sew it down. Can you see now? We are done sewing it. So the next thing is we'll fix our lining and put our foam. I'm putting my foam now, my white foam. I'll put it inside, put it on the front side. I'll stitch it down. After putting it, then I'll put it on the back side. I'll stitch it. So make sure that the foam is 1 inch shorter than the material. 1 inch, the wideness should be 1 inch shorter, while the length should be 1 inch shorter. You put it inside, then you stitch it on both sides. So I've done it again to the back side. So the next thing to do now is to now fix in your button base. The button base, yes, use your button piece. I mean, it's 7 by 9. So you fix it in even with the lining. You put the lining down, then you put it on top and you stitch it. You stitch it down. So after you have done stitching it, then you join the other side again to the front. You join the other side to the front. So can you see the way I'm stitching it? You stitch it down like this. So after you stitch it, then you have something like this. So when you are done, then you now take the front to the other side and join it. Can you see the way I do it here? That is how you will do it. You will do it like that, then you will sew it. I've just sewing it. So after sewing it, I will now use my bias to tape it, to tape the edge, so that the inside will be very neat. I want the inside to be very neat. So I'm done doing it. Look at it. Look at what you will have when you get to this place. After you have joined it, you have something like circle. So now you shape the side piece with 1 inch by 1 inch. Use one side. Just shape only one side. Use one side to shape the other side. That is what I'm doing. Use one side to shape the second side. So after you have shaped it, then you put in your foam and your lining. But before then, you have to sew your handle, the handle of the bag. You have to sew the long handle on one side of the side piece, and the short handle, which is 11 inches. The long handle is 60 inches long, while the short handle is 11 inches long. So now you will sew it on both sides. Long one on one side, then the short one you will sew it on the other side with your adjuster. You make sure you put your adjust before you sew it to the end. You put your adjust. Can you see it there? You put it that way. So when you put it, you will now sew it. You will sew it down. You keep sewing it. You keep sewing it until you are done sewing it. Can you see it now? I'm done sewing it. So the next thing is to now put in your foam and your lining and sew it down. This stage, if you like to pull cord, you can pull cord. When you get to this stage, sometimes I do put cord as I'm sewing my lining. After sewing my lining, I will sew cord on it. But for this, I don't want to pull cord, so I'm sewing it like that. So you just sew it that way. You sew it down. After then you put your foam. Make sure you don't forget to put your foam before you close it up. Make sure you don't forget. So you do the same thing on the other side. Now you sew the side piece to both sides. of the main piece. Then make sure you notch it center to center, then you sew. Can you see what I'm showing you? Notch it, then after now notch it on the top and also notch it on the bottom side. Then now I will take the side piece and place it notch to notch. Can you see? So I'm started joining it now. So you keep joining, you make sure that the notches matches together. If they not match, then you did not get it your measurement correct, you go and adjust it. So now this is our final result. Oh, look at the bag, it's beautiful. This lunchbox is beautiful. It sells fast. People buy it, people love it so much. You will like it. You can make it for yourself, make it for your loved ones. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much. This is our final result. It's so beautiful. You can make it for your children, you can make it as office bag. You decide not to put cartoon character. If you want to make it for an adult, you can just maybe put a design, any design that you like. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Bye. See you in my next video. So we are going to be uploading another video soon. See you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.